The situation we find ourselves in as we move more deeply into the 21st century is that we are coming up with the wrong medicine for the wrong illness. What we think is wrong with us is not wrong with us. So what we hope is the solution is not the solution. The biggest difficulty in the world today is that we continue trying to solve our problems at every level except the level at which the problems exist. We first try to solve our problems as if they were political problems, because we are used to using political pressure on this planet to get people to do what they don't want to do. We hold discussion, we write laws, we pass legislation, and adopt resolutions in every local, national, regional, and global language and assembly we can think of to try to solve these problems with words, but it does not work. Whatever short-term solutions we may create evaporate very quickly and the problems reemerge. They will not go away. So we say, okay, these are not political problems and they cannot be solved with political means. They're economic problems, and because we are used to using economic power on this planet to get people to do what they don't want to do, we then try to solve these problems as if they were economic problems. We throw money at them or withhold money from them in the form of sanctions, seeking to solve these problems with cash, but it does not work. Whatever short-term solutions we may create evaporate very quickly and the problems reemerge. They will not go away. And so we say, okay, these are not economic problems and they cannot be solved with economic means. They must be military problems. And because we are used to using military might on this planet to get people to do what they don't want to do, we then try to solve the problems as if they were military problems. We throw bullets at them and drop bombs on them, seeking to solve the problems with weapons. But it does not work. Whatever short-term solutions we may create evaporate very quickly and the problems reemerge. They will not go away. And so, having run out of solutions, we declare, these are not easy problems. No one expected that we could fix them overnight. This is going to be a long, hard slog. Many lives will be lost in trying to solve these problems, but we are not going to give up. We are going to solve these problems even if it kills us. And we don't even see the irony in our own statements. After a while, however, even primitive beings of little consciousness become tired of the killing and the dying of their own sons and daughters in battle, and their women and children and elderly in the line of fire. And so, after enough killing has been done with no solution in sight, they say, it is time to call a truce and hold peace talks. And the cycle begins again. We are back on the bargaining table and back to politicking as a solution. And peace talks often include discussions of reparations and economic recovery. And so we are back to money as the solution, and when the solutions fail to work in the long run, we are back to the bombs again. And on it goes, and on it has gone throughout human history. Only the names of the players have changed, but the game has not. Only primitive cultures and primitive beings do this. I know you have all heard the definition of insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting to get different results. We can't seem to change our ways, however, because we are used to trying to force solutions in our world. Yet solutions that are forced are never solutions at all. They are simply postponements. The great tragedy and the great sadness of humanity is that we are forever willing to settle for postponements in place of solutions. Only primitive cultures and primitive beings do that. Highly evolved beings would never ever settle for a 10,000-year postponement in solving their biggest problems. Here on this planet, we've never really faced the largest problem of humanity head on. We refuse to. We pretend we don't even know what that is, and so we do our endless dance all around it. And we continue century after century to solve the world's biggest problems at every level except the level at which the problem exists. That is what I meant when I said at the very top of this conversation that things are not what they seem. The problem in the world today is a spiritual problem. It has to do with what people believe. It has to do with what they hold to be true about life and about God and about themselves and about each other. This problem of beliefs creates a condition of hopelessness, anger, and rebellion. That condition produces a circumstance, inevitably produces a circumstance of runaway violence. The problem of beliefs is a problem which all of us have helped to create. This is true because all of us have beliefs, and all of us pass on those beliefs to others, to our children, to our grandchildren, and our neighbors, and our friends. We join together to create a cultural story, and that cultural story is what creates the conditions which produce the circumstance that we are trying to eliminate and avoid. Yet we cannot eliminate them and we cannot avoid them until we eliminate and avoid the beliefs that created them. And this is something that we have staunchly refused to do. I don't even think we know what half of those beliefs are anymore. Well, I'm going to fix that right now.